Hello everyone, my name is Birdman for obvious reasons, and today I want to speak to you about Skyrim Special Edition. So Skyrim Special Edition came out last week, and I got a chance to play around and try it out and get an overall feel for the game. So I won't go too much into detail about the actual review for Skyrim, because if you're interested in the Special Edition, you've already played Skyrim to some degree. But as a quick overview for people who don't know, Skyrim is a first-class third-person open-world RPG where you play as somebody who is able to absorb the soul of dragons to gain incredible ability, and you're thrust in the middle of an ongoing battle, and you kind of have to use your skills and abilities to kind of help solve the issues that are plaguing the land. Now, the Skyrim came out November 2011, so it's been 5 years, and after 5 years of modding and tweaking the game and doing a lot of stuff to it, it looks pretty fucking cool. Now, when the Skyrim Enhanced or Special Edition was announced, everyone was like, "Oh, we get a updated Skyrim, better looking than the vanilla or original Skyrim, and we get a chance to kind of, it'll be more stable because now since mods are such a big deal, it'll be more integrated into the actual game." So everyone was kind of excited for it, and so was I. So when it came out, I was able to download it and try it right off the bat. Now, what I expected and what I'm showing right here is I expected it to be how Skyrim would be on an EMB, like a standard EMB, nothing too crazy. But as you see in the gameplay here, it's very similar to vanilla Skyrim. It's almost hard to tell that it was even enhanced. So now as you see the actual vanilla Skyrim, it's almost the same thing. Now I don't have any other mods here. I have just, as you can see, the only mods I have on are small things, rich merchants, and the start and end life. That's just so I can skip the opening credits, which is pointless. But the thing is, it looks very, very similar. So right off the bat, it's kind of disappointing because I expected it to look like an EMB, like even a standard EMB, like the one right here. Like this is just a real Vision EMB. I'm going to put a description in the link just so you can kind of do it yourself. But I expected to do like this default, not, it looks better than vanilla, like the 2011 Skyrim, but it doesn't look that much better. And even now the most important part of Skyrim, one of the most important parts, is just the modding scene. And another thing people expected was that, oh, all the old mods that worked on Skyrim would work on, the special edition, no problem, just because they're basically the same game. That isn't the case. The problem with using old Skyrim required something called SKSE. SKSE was a script extender, Skyrim script extender, which added a lot of stuff to the game, which allowed mods to build off of. So most mods, I say like almost all the mods required some form of SKSE in order to actually run. The thing is, the Skyrim Special Edition is a different EXE, which means Skyrim Script Extender won't work, which means most mods. Now, as you can see, that there are mods there, but I'd say there's at max 50 as of recording of this video. They're slowly adding more on, but you go from having thousands to a small percent, like less than 1% of the original mods. So it really dampens the experience because you're not being able to test these mods in a more stable game. Because like Fallout 4 coming out, the mods were so heavily integrated to the extent where they have their own store, so you didn't need any script extenders for Fallout 4. In Fallout 3 you did. You needed a script extender to make it work. But in Fallout 4 you didn't. You just downloaded the Nexus mods or the mods in the store and you're good to go. You didn't do any extra legwork. The thing with Skyrim, as of right now, you do need to do that extra legwork. And with the special edition, you straight can't. You cannot use SKSE. You cannot use the Skyrim script extender in order to actually add it to the new file. I've tried, and the exe just doesn't register it. So most of the mods are not working, and that is an issue. Now, all in all, based on what I've shown and based on kind of what you can experience from both, it's not worth it as of this point. You'd have a better experience and better use of your money if you simply just bought the original with all the DLC and not gone through to get the 60 to 80, however much you're going to spend on the special edition. Because there's very few mods. The game doesn't look significantly better than the original did. And since most of the mods don't work, you're really not gaining anything. Unless you're on, the console, PS4, and Xbox One, and you don't really want mods, or you don't really want, a high fidelity game, then go ahead and get it on the console. But for PC users, you're not getting any benefits from this as of recording of this. But just like how Fallout 4, when it started off, was very difficult to mod outside of the mod store, where you had to do your own custom ini files, you had to modify like everything in order to get a mod to work. And after a few months, it made it super easy. That's most likely what's going to happen with the Skyrim Special Edition. So I'd say in about 6 months. I'm gonna check back on this. I'm gonna do a separate review in about 6 months, just to kind of see what's changed and what's how they've implemented the fact that this version is supposed to be more stable with mods. And I think that in about 6 months to a year, that's where we'll really see the shine. But as of right now, I do not recommend it for anyone that's using the PC. Just buy the original, mod it out, and you have a much better time and much less money. Anyway, that's everything that I have for Skyrim Special Edition. I will do a review for this again in 6-7 months time, just to kind of see how it is. And that's everything I have. So Birdman out.